Many children of famous stars grew up under the intense public scrutiny, each carrying their own unique journey of growth and personal story. When they choose to openly share their romantic orientations, these stories not only attract attention, but also open up broader discussions about understanding, respect, and the right to live authentically. In today's video, we'll explore 45 children of famous personalities who bravely shared their personal journeys and garnered attention from audiences worldwide. If you enjoy content like this, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos. Charlize Theron, an Oscar-winning actress who made a strong impression in films like Monster and Mad Max, Fury Road, has long been beloved by audiences not only for her acting talent, but also for her captivating demeanor and confidence on screen. Besides her brilliant film career, she is also recognized as a responsible mother, a role that has earned her special respect from the public in recent years. Theron once shared a personal story that resonated with many parents around the world. She recounted how, when her child was young, the child quickly revealed their own feelings about themselves. In that moment, instead of reacting hastily or imposing her own thoughts, Theron chose to listen calmly and respectfully. For her, parenting isn't about shaping a child into someone specific, but about creating an environment where children can be true to themselves and always feel loved. As her children grew older, Theron decided to share this story publicly. Her message wasn't about seeking attention, but about emphasizing that every child needs to be treated with respect and dignity within their own family. She believes that early acceptance from loved ones can create a strong emotional foundation for long-term development. For many older families, Theron's story offers a simple yet profound perspective on parenting. It's not about controlling or determining the future, but about building a safe environment where children can grow up with confidence and a sense of being understood. Through her gentle yet clear sharing, Charlize Theron shows that parental love doesn't necessarily need to be expressed through grand words. Sometimes it is most evident in patience, in listening without judgment, and in always being there for your children, especially when they need companionship and protection the most. Chaz Bono, the only son of American entertainment icons Cher and Sonny Bono, grew up in the spotlight with almost constant media attention. Much of his upbringing was spent in the public eye, making his journey of self-discovery both unique and stressful. Being born into a famous family offered him many opportunities, but also made any changes in his personal life easily subject to widespread discussion. In the 1990s, Chaz publicly came out as a lesbian and quickly became a familiar face in the LGBTQ+ community. At a time when being true to oneself was still met with much prejudice, that decision required considerable courage. However, over time, he realized his experience was not only related to his sexual orientation, but also deeply connected to his gender identity. In 2008, Chaz began his gender transition and later publicly came out as a transgender man. This journey is documented in the 2011 documentary Becoming Chaz, offering viewers an authentic glimpse into the emotional, physical, and adaptive changes within family relationships that occur during this transition. For many viewers, especially older audiences, the film provides an opportunity to better understand and experience often simplified or misinterpreted in the media. Instead of focusing on controversial aspects, Chaz's story offers a relatable and deeply human perspective on the search for personal identity. Through his openness and vulnerable moments, he helps many people better distinguish between sexual orientation and gender identity, thereby expanding social dialogue in a more profound way. In addition to the documentary, Chaz also published a memoir, sharing more details about his journey, offering empathy and encouragement to those facing similar questions in life. One of the most emotionally rich aspects of his story is the transformation over time in his relationship with his mother, Cher. From initial doubts, she gradually became a strong and open supporter, showing love and acceptance for her son. Chaz Bono's journey is therefore not only a story of personal identity, but also a testament to the power of perseverance, authenticity, and family love in changing how people understand and connect with each other. Zaya Wade, daughter of former NBA star Dwyane Wade and actress Gabrielle Union, shared her gender identity in 2020. Her story quickly garnered attention across the United States, not because of controversy or conflict, but because of one outstanding element: the clear, consistent, and loving support from her family from the very beginning. Instead of remaining silent in the face of media attention, Dwyane Wade and Gabrielle Union proactively and openly spoke about their family's journey. They repeatedly emphasized that the most important thing in parenting is to love, protect, and respect their children, even if it means facing public scrutiny and commentary. This frankness has helped many families in America, especially parents, gain a clearer and more empathetic understanding of often misunderstood concepts related to gender identity and personal identity. A memorable moment occurred at the NAACP Image Awards when Dwyane Wade shared his heartfelt thoughts about his daughter. He emphasized that a father's role isn't about controlling or imposing, but about being a companion, listening, and helping his child gain the confidence to forge their own path. These simple yet sincere words quickly resonated with many viewers. The message conveyed by the Wade family shows that parenting isn't about expectations or control, but about understanding and enduring love over time. Their openness has contributed to more meaningful conversations about family, education, and acceptance in modern society. With the unwavering support of her parents, Zaya Wade has become a prime example of the importance of emotional security within the family. Her story demonstrates that when a child is listened to and respected, the family can become a solid foundation for their confident growth. For audiences of all generations, the Wade family's story delivers a simple yet profound message. When love and understanding lead the way, their influence extends beyond the family, contributing to positive and more humane changes in society. For decades, Jamie Lee Curtis has been a beloved figure, known for her strong personality and compelling on-screen presence. From her iconic role in Halloween to works like True Lies, and especially her Oscar-winning performance in Everything Everywhere All at Once, her career clearly reflects her enduring talent, professional discipline, and lasting vitality in the film industry. However, in recent years, many viewers, especially parents and older generations, have come to appreciate her even more deeply for a very ordinary yet profoundly human aspect: her love and companionship with her family. When her daughter shared about her gender identity, Jamie Lee Curtis responded with calmness, love, and acceptance from the outset. For her, it wasn't something to overcomplicate, but simply a natural reaction of a mother to her child. In many conversations, she often emphasizes that the core role of parents is to love, protect, and always stand by their children, regardless of circumstances or external pressures. Curtis also frankly acknowledges that gaining a deeper understanding of aspects related to gender identity can be a learning journey, especially for older generations. However, she believes that the most important thing remains openness, the ability to listen and respect for each individual's personal experiences. It is this attitude that has helped her connect with many audiences who are also seeking ways to support their children in a rapidly changing world. With the credibility built over decades of her career, Jamie Lee Curtis has used her voice to emphasize the value of respect, safety, and dignity for all, especially those who frequently face prejudice or misunderstanding. Her sharing wasn't a heated debate, but stemmed from the simple perspective of a mother wishing for her child to live in peace and be accepted. For many older viewers, her story offered a relatable perspective. Supporting children isn't a matter of opinion, but a direct expression of love and family responsibility. When parents choose to stand by their children, they are not only protecting an individual, but also contributing to fostering empathy between generations. Jamie Lee Curtis's story thus shows that genuine love can bridge differences. Through her patience, understanding, and maternal affection, she reminds us that the greatest value of a person lies not only in fame or awards, but also in the ability to choose kindness, empathy, and acceptance in daily life. There are moments in an artist's life that go beyond film, becoming opening points for broader societal dialogues. For Elliot Page, sharing his personal journey marks such a milestone. For audiences familiar with him from films like Juno and Inception, this information not only garnered attention, but also sparked deep emotions and reflection. It wasn't simply a private sharing, but opened up a larger space for dialogue about human identity and interpersonal understanding. However, this journey actually began many years earlier. Previously, Elliot Page openly discussed his sexual orientation, becoming one of the few mainstream actors to choose to live authentically during a period of heightened career success. This openness not only demonstrated personal courage, but also helped many people better distinguish between two often confused concepts: gender identity and sexual orientation. One concept relates to who a person is, and the other relates to who they love. Therefore, Page's journey becomes a crossroads of many different stories within the same context. Choosing to live authentically, initially as a gay man, and later as a transgender man, has given the public a clearer understanding of diversity within the LGBTQ+ community. At the same time, it evokes empathy for the difficulties many face in seeking acceptance and respect. What makes Page's sharing so impactful is not the drama, but the calmness and sincerity in his delivery. He acknowledges the pressures and anxieties of living publicly, while expressing gratitude to those who have supported and stood by him. Throughout those shared stories, there was a consistent message: the hope that public attention could become a bridge to help people understand each other better and treat each other with respect. The positive reactions from colleagues, friends, and the general audience also showed that society has changed in a more open direction than before. For many generations of viewers, Elliot Page's story is a reminder that individual identity is always unique and profound. And no matter how times change, values such as compassion, respect, and human dignity will always remain a solid foundation that transcends all boundaries. Over the years, Laverne Cox has become one of the most influential figures when it comes to the presence of transgender people in American entertainment. She is widely known for her role as Sophia Bursette in the popular Netflix series Orange is the New Black. This role quickly became a landmark in modern television. In a context where transgender characters on screen are still rare and often stereotyped, Laverne Cox brought a distinctly different image. Her character was portrayed with psychological depth, humanity, and clear dignity, allowing audiences of all generations to empathize with and better understand the real experiences behind the story. Her contributions were later recognized with a historic milestone when Laverne Cox became the first openly transgender person to receive an Emmy nomination in an acting category. This recognition not only reflects her artistic talent, but also marks a significant step forward in her journey toward diversity and inclusion in the entertainment industry. However, Laverne Cox's influence extends beyond film. For years, she has used her voice and presence to speak out on social issues such as discrimination, violence, and the barriers that the transgender community still faces. Her insights are not theoretical or detached from reality, but stem from personal experiences, making her message more relatable, authentic, and impactful. Besides her acting career, Cox is also involved in producing content to raise social awareness. She served as executive producer for the Emmy Award-winning documentary Laverne Cox Presents The T Word, which focuses on the stories of young transgender people and their journey of self-discovery and growth. Furthermore, she frequently appears at public forums and universities where she shares her views with a calm, empathetic, and respectful demeanor. To audiences of all generations, Laverne Cox represents an image of progress intertwined with compassion, demonstrating that courage, talent, and sincerity can contribute to lasting cultural change over time. Hunter Schafer quickly rose to prominence as one of the most prominent young faces in modern entertainment, receiving high praise from both critics and audiences. She became widely known for her role as Jules Vaughn in the television series Euphoria, where her character is a transgender teenager undergoing a tumultuous journey of maturation, from love and personal identity to the fragile emotions of youth. Schafer's performance impressed viewers with its naturalness, authenticity, and inner depth, offering a rare image on mainstream television. For many American viewers, including parents and older audiences, this role opened up a softer and more humanistic perspective on experiences often underrepresented with such subtlety. Instead of falling into a simplistic mold, the character of Jules is built on multiple layers of emotion, reflecting the oscillations between hope, confusion, and the yearning to be oneself in youth. Before entering the acting field, Schafer had a prominent career in fashion, appearing on major runways and collaborating with renowned brands such as Dior. However, her impact wasn't limited to the spotlight or the runway. During the making of Euphoria, Schafer engaged in direct discussions with the screenwriter and producers, sharing her personal experiences to contribute to the creation of the character Jules, making her more authentic and nuanced. This contribution helped to portray the story subtly, avoiding superficial or inaccurate depictions. As a result, Jules is not just a character in the film, but also reflects many aspects of modern life. Hunter Schafer's concern for social issues emerged early on. As a teenager in North Carolina, she spoke out against policies perceived as restricting the rights of transgender people, demonstrating courage and community spirit before becoming famous. Currently, alongside her artistic activities, Schafer maintains a presence in social dialogue through interviews and public events. She often shares her views calmly, thoughtfully, helping audiences of different generations better understand the cultural changes taking place. For many of her followers, Hunter Schafer represents a new generation of Hollywood, where authenticity and integrity are increasingly valued. Through her artistic talent and active involvement in social issues, she not only inspires young people to live authentically, but also encourages empathy and compassion in viewing the diverse stories of humanity. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch the video until the end. Your support is a great motivation for the channel to continue sharing more meaningful and interesting stories. If you found this content helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next videos. Please leave your comments below. I'd love to hear your thoughts. Thank you, and see you in the next videos.